Now, I have come to a place that I would love to have. This is the vision that I see. To me, it's closer to other people. He came from former Czechoslovakia. He's one of those people who's returned home and done well.
The East African Airways set off from Entebbe, and the 9th of October, which is commonly an Independence Day, I was an independent guy.
And guess what?
Getting burnt in the shower rooms.
Huh?
I didn't know how to switch on hot water and cold water, and therefore, and I jumped out of the room, and I was there naked, and I had like a woman with the boot shoes, and she looked behind her. When she saw me, and that scared me more. I went back, I found the house on fire.
I really do hope you enjoyed the first video that I put out of my cousin. He, like I said, he's so funny. You are in stitches with him when we visit. So now he's going to be letting us know how he crossed over to Czechoslovakia. Welcome to my channel, Auntie Jackie's Diaries. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for all the subscribers and all returning viewers. Thank you. Let's continue with the hands and see where he takes us. Blessings.
But then the next day I crossed, and you see that was the Rome, because it was a stopover before you get to Czechoslovakia. Those days, before you get to Prague, and they had scared me that, hey, you guy, that place can be cold in Europe. But I found Rome. As Rome was in Entebbe.
Oh, what? It was October.
It was the 10th of October.
10th
I left Rome. But you see, stupid me with the geography. Italy, Rome is a Mediterranean type of climate. So it was a nice climate. When I was in the plane about to land, and I was looking at the outside, it looked like terribly dark. It was around 4 p.m. in the plane, and I was wondering when we landed, and then they opened the door. The gush of a cold wind that hit me, I came back to these ladies who were saying goodbye, goodbye. I wanted to go back to them. They said no, goodbye. They said goodbye. They pushed me. God, it was the coldest hit that I ever got.
Yes.
And I said, is this the Europe I wanted?
Yes. So two sorts of heat. Cold heat and hot heat.
Yeah.
It hits, the cold hits you, and indeed it's like as if it's heat.
It is like this heat.
It's like
you're hit by the opposite.
The opposite.
But all of them hurt you.
And the fingers.
And by the way, in my life I found out that it is the coldness that is worse than actually the heat.
Both are bad.
Oh, go through -20 and you'll tell me.
I've never been.
Yeah, because the one day we near froze with a friend in Frankfurt.
Really?
Yeah. We didn't have where to sleep, and then we went underground. But that night, I don't know what happened. Police came with the dogs, and they were chasing everybody out of the underground.
So.
And when we were outside,
because underground is quite warm.
Yes,
so you are home, in a way you're homeless.
Well, I was adventuring. I didn't have where to stay. I was now crossing from the Czech Republic,
going to Germany.
Yes, and there. And that night, it's common. You will find where to put a head. You don't even put a head.
So both of you are from Uganda?
Yes, with my friend late Otiti. And we went out and we stood. It took about an hour of sanity to get back to the plane, to go and look for a friend. But I nearly died, and for 3 days I felt the coldness
in your bones,
into the bone marrow.
Yeah, it goes in the bones.
Then I knew exactly
what they
that
said.
The reason why the whites became cleverer than us, necessity is the mother of invention.
Kachigamba. Necessity is the mother of invention. Kachigamba. I was telling somebody, Hans, I thought I was the only one who, I said when I went there, I said, you see now this chitakuri?
Yeah.
I can plant it there and it will grow for the whole year. And I wake up and I'll eat the chitakuri We just had michungwa
Yeah.
and water, literally. Nothing else was there.
And my avocados are growing.
Yeah. And I'm full up. We're gonna have chai,
Yeah.
and there's bread. But I think Hans and I am not very good on bread. We'll eat it, but it's not something that we really want. But Muzungu not Muzungu, in the West, why are you going to go and say you're going to dig and get the sweet potato like that? No, you won't.
But I think the most important thing is to know that somebody becomes aware that in the next 3 months or 4 months, there is nowhere you'll pick any food unless
You've kept it.
You've kept it from the harvest. And to keep it, you must use technology that can preserve it for the next 3 or 4 months.
Now they're doing
And if you're building a house, like me, a constructor, you dare not think that you'll build and leave cracks in a house. Then the cold will come through the cracks. You dare not think that. If it is a window, you dare not think that even one window, one glass is enough.
Double glazing.
You have to know that only two. By the time you do all that, you are doing a perfect design, you are doing perfect construction without a mistake. Long ago, they would use massive walls. And you know, now they can afford to decrease.
Because they put insulation inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
And long ago, they would have those underground
Heating.
where to put coal.
Coal, yeah.
And they would tell you that the coal mines, they are entirely for keeping people warm.
But they're saying that they're not healthy, and that's why they are not doing them anymore.
They are just about they are just now like they have so many other facilities that's why they can talk anything.
You know,
because
my
now they
cousin,
have
I'm cleaning for him.
alternatives.
He's using his hands to clean.
And then I
And then
put it here.
so Natasha, I'm going to hands. Let me put my chakuri here, my dear. I'll eat it later.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
really, I came to see Hans today because of a number of things. He's got an Airbnb.
Yeah.
One, he does Ruchiga books. Obutabo Ruchiga. He does Obutabo books for Ruchiga.
African folk tales,
Yeah. And I'm trying to, advertise him. Yeah, advertise him for online classes for Bachiga. If you want online classes for Bachiga, I'm going to be talking to him about that. So I think it's going to be in 3 segments for now. So this segment I'm going to talk about literally is about to find out when he's got a beautiful house, like I said. In actual sense, the house reminds me of European style housing, like when I've gone to Italy.
It's made out of timber structure. That's the structural design. It all stands on timber, eucalyptus, instead of emitahinwa, instead of iron bars and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
As a storage house?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Funny. But look at how beautiful,
Yeah, and it is simple because when you know the properties of eucalyptus,
and then
eucalyptus is formidably high.
Yes.
And when you cut it in the structure, the sizes, they are fairly massive. But then they take over the role of concrete and steel, and for it, it's like a quarter the price.
So really, just vaguely, how much did this one cost you? Just vaguely, I know you don't have.
Just vaguely, if I had used concrete and
steel and all that,
I would have used 3 more times the resources. 3 to 4 more times the resources. So eventually it comes out that cheaper. Yeah.
So when I'm going to do my next house, even if it's 1 room, you can help.
But if you've been to Europe, now they might be getting less and less. But you'll find houses which are 400 years, made out of timber. Uganda Embassy in Bonn used to be that. It was in Bonn then. Yeah. But, in America, there are many.
I've gone to houses like in the villages, and these bits. What I mean, like these bits, this one here.
Yeah.
These bits.
Yeah.
And then like these.
Yeah.
I don't know, how do you call them? These bits, pillars.
No, we call them joists. Joists. They are timber.
And then these ones here.
Yeah.
I've seen them, but they'll be massive. Some of them will be as big as this, like this bit. And you know, like they're not straight exactly how they are, but they are holding up the house. Yeah, so I never, I mean, I thought maybe that it was only used for the roofing and everything.
No, you can use them for columns. You can use them for columns. Beams. You can use them for anything. You just be mindful that possibly where you are using them, you don't want a lot of water in some specific areas. So you safeguard them against that. So all you have to know is that you have a formidably strong material. And then you look for the do's and the don'ts of that material. Where you should safeguard it, you do it. And as soon as eucalyptus gets, there are the types of eucalyptus, for example, they call them mbaguta. To know that it is hard, mbaguta eucalyptus, you won't even cut through with the empao or empasha and axe at a certain edge. You need a saw. Even those saws, you'll find that it is no longer able. Yes. So we cut it at the right time, at the right edge, and season it properly. Season meaning put it in a certain place so that loses its water, the water that it doesn't need or you don't need, and make sure that doesn't warp, bend, and what. And one day when it is ready, you use it, and it can even look like mahogany, if not better than mahogany.
But do you still have mahogany?
Oh yeah, mahogany of course is now becoming very, very extinct, because when you plant mahogany today, it matures maybe in 50, 60, 80, 90, 100 years. Okay. So wherever you cut a mahogany, wow, and you don't plant 10, and those you plant, you know that you will die before they mature.
It's your grandchildren who use them
completely.
So we should be here planting some for our great grandchildren to use.
We should always plant to develop for the future, not for us.
Not for us. Yeah. Okay. So you're saying that if anybody, of course, another thing, he's an engineer. So if anybody wants to get in touch with you,
just go to my www, just bank there, 8M
Skilling
Construction Digest. The moment you put 8M, these days modernity will show you.
So 8M is 8 million.
Not quite. The million is number 4. The first M is mindset, second M is methods, markets rather, third M is methods, fourth M is management, fifth M is money, that's why your millions come in. And the next one is materials, and the next one is manpower. Manpower combines even women, and the last is machinery.
Yeah. Okay. In terms of construction, you have got you can skill people. Anybody who wants to be skilled after.
We do skilling. We have the 8M skilling foundation that we skill people, because whenever you have left whichever walls of a university or walls of an institution or walls of anywhere, you never can say that you know what to do in terms of skills. There are so many other people who have a skill, but no one has helped them polish it up.
Okay.
So like the things I'm talking about, how to design and build with eucalyptus or timbers or stones, we do that.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can never pick the village out of the villager.
But do you know something? For sure.
Yeah.
Nine.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, so people can't do people. I know people are going to say, "Oh, Inga, heart to the villagers." Okay, me, I'm the villager from Suran Kabah. And initially I used to want to run away from it, but am I so happy that I'm who I am now? I'm embracing it. I'm like, so?
If people went back home to their roots, actually the more would be there, the more comfortable would all become. Because there is a kind of a phobia, fear, that if I'm not in Kampala, no.
So I'm going to Takagawa today. Why haven't you gone back?
I'm planning.
But after you were retiring?
No. I will not retire.
Or even you'll be working there?
Why should I retire?
There's no need to retire.
I've told my people, if they bury me, they have to take a bag of cement.
Others will tell them off.
They have to bury me with a bag of cement.
Others are going to tell them off.
Completely.
I've had it. So, another thing.
Yeah.
When you came back from Czechoslovakia, how did you integrate? How did you? Because for you it was many years ago.
Yeah.
One. Secondly, you went when the Uganda you left was not the Uganda you found.
Completely. I think it is all about a person, and we call it personality. What you are, you stay what you are. So I stayed a long time, but at the same time, I badly wanted to come home.
But did you have, did you come with money and everything? Did you come with all that fun to manage, to integrate?
Not at all.
You came with nothing?
Not at all. I came a youngish man, ready to adventure more. I mean, I didn't come as a maskini, but I can't say that I was in the East. Then I went to the West, but Germany. But what I did and getting my master's and getting postgraduate, getting what were not the type of things to say I am going to get aggrandized in the money, not at all. But when I came, I was comfortable enough to do the following, to get a job, and I work myself upwards.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, as far as the culture, social aspects were concerned and all that,
that was
I found many people who had grown up, my nieces, my what.
And your cousins, you didn't know.
I was shocked and surprised when I was at Entebbe Airport. I see dust around and I'm thinking, my God, is this an airport?
Yes.
Where I left, you know? Where potholes and what.
So when you left, was it better?
There was no pothole, there was nothing.
Look at me, and I'm thinking that it was even worse. Wow, really?
No. It was Uganda was good. There was East African Airways. There was everything, you know. But of course, it was small. It was only small.
But still, it was
that
good.
You are living in Kampala and you are entering a Prague or you are entering a Frankfurt and you are seeing story buildings and you are seeing massive big roads. Like in the 73, I go to what they call a village, and I find a train comes right into that village. A train. And you see buses moving everywhere.
Every 30 minutes.
But back home, there's only one bus that moves from Kabale to Kampala.
For 12 hours, remember?
For 12 hours.
Yes.
Then 12 hours later, that's when you think another one might move.
For 12 buses used to be no enough would go on. And when from Seoul to take you 2 days. From Seoul to Kampala, 2 days.
I'm telling you. But so those were like, they hit you and you realize, so this is what they call civilization. Then you are there many years, and then you go back and you are hit, and then you say, so this is the opposite of civilization.
Yes, yeah. But like you said, you wanted to come and survive.
You will survive. In a short time, I was able to go back to the pit latrine and the squat.
Yes.
But it was a bit hurting. But
but you managed.
Eventually you get used.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying when you came back for yourself, you came back, got yourself a job, you're much younger.
Yes.
So when people are coming back, in these days to be different, isn't it?
And then I would get popular in a village. If I want someone to do a job and I'm promising I'll pay you, I first of all find out how much money do they normally pay. If they say they pay 10,000, I say, okay, may I pay 12,000, but come early. And they will tell you, no sir, here we don't start early, we start around 9. You are flabbergasted.
You can't come in at 8.
And then they come, and around 3, they are going away. No, why are you going? No, here by 3 we stop. My friend.
So somebody was telling me that, I was talking to another person who said that if they wanted to build, they, because like sometimes we do use builders who are not, they're professionals, but we don't like have contracts and everything. And for us, she said that you can get somebody and you get a contract with her, with the person, and you build. Can you build for people?
Not me, I don't do that, but I know many people do that. There are people who are good and dependable and reliable. He knows what to do. He can even design for you, and he knows how to get the good carpenters, the good masons, the good what. As I said, we skill and train those masons. So we are training actual trainers. But as someone to build for you, it's not me.
It's not you, but
I'm going beyond that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The CEO.
You can't do everything in this world.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
But at least it's sustaining you.
In my evening hours, I am using my brain to talk back and to give back.
So you train.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, thank you very much for. I think that's about it really, because we had spoken about him coming back from Czechoslovakia in this other video that I've mentioned before.
Yeah.
I just wanted to come here and see what he got from Czechoslovakia.
What I got from Czechoslovakia is an eye opener that planning is necessary. Even like my house, I had to plan knowing that if I build it now, I left space. That in the 20 years, apart from the office where I sit, I'll move up and put a skilling center. So the Europeans show you that you plan for tomorrow and you go towards those plans.
Those goals.
You plan long term. That's one thing. The second one I got is there's nothing for nothing. You work hard and you work smart. From a certain time to a certain time. No wonder they work up to a certain stage and they say, for the next 1 month, we are going to what they call a holiday.
In the hot areas.
Guy has said, I am going to Brazil. And he will tell you in the 3 years' time, I am saving for Brazil.
Yes, yeah, and they save.
And that's what I learned from.
And they save, yeah.
Yes, and unfortunately, it's unfortunate that here, because of doing work haphazard, we possibly the energy we have, we get it dissipated into a lot of other useless things. I mean, consider if you happen to have a good car and you are riding it on these bad roads, you are losing the car. But who pays you for it? No. Those who don't believe in the good roads, they are endangering you.
You know, my car, I repaired it for. Somebody. I repaired it for 600K. It was 1M. And I couldn't afford, so I said, okay, do the important ones.
Yeah.
So imagine, so already there's something which still needs to be done.
Yeah.
But what repaired, the other day I was riding and I fell into a ditch. And I'm like, oh, now I can hear the again.
And those are the expenses. The other colleague of mine who recently went to Germany and said that I bought, he went there with a shoe brush and the shoe polish. And he said, I found the polish is using the brush.
We just wipe off and just go.
And so there we have expenses because of our poverty.
Okay, so it makes the expenses a bit higher.
Completely.
I've got something I was going to ask you about people coming back.
People coming back. I would commend people think of coming back. Look.
Oh no, they were saying that when we come back, we build like such a beautiful house.
Yeah.
Then you come back, and you can't even go upstairs.
Why can't you go upstairs?
Because you're so old.
Oh well, this is what we talked about planning. It's better plan when to come back. You can do a good plan of coming back in a coffin, but that's
which is okay.
Which is all, if that's what you want. But if you want to come earlier, it's planning. It's all about planning.
Come back
it's all about deciding really whether you want to die in Uganda or not, whether you love Uganda or not, and then look at the disadvantages and the problems and try to lend a hand in resolving those problems so that you also find a nook in there.
So you come find, if you want to be sustainable in Uganda, to live sustainably in Uganda or to live for long term, come look for problems and what are the solutions. That's all. And
the good solutions, like you, Jackie, my dear cousin, I found you in a house. Now you understand. Whether you like it or not, move into the house even before it has been finished. Move on a bad floor, and then tomorrow you'll finish it. Well, you are lucky it's not like in Europe. You would not enter a house if the windows are not there. And winter, you are finished.
You enter, but you know what it's gonna be. You'll be freezing. The alternative, what people do, I've seen, and Indians are very they have always been acute with everything. And I'm saying about Indians, I know it's not general, but the people I've seen in the work I was were the Indians, the ones who could say like this. They would move in these houses, which are unfinished, and go in one room, heat up the room, bed from that room, and start building the other house. Of course, you know, in UK it's different because you have got to have
permits,
and they have got to certify the house.
Yes.
So that's and sometimes that's how it come in. So, oh, this person is living in an unsafe house, and then you'd go there. The person is living in this room. They are rebuilding the other house, and they cannot get government
permission.
No, government aid. Because they have a lot of money, and you say, okay, let them continue finishing. So
but maybe those are the advantages you make use of here. If you go to the village, you can put up your house, enter it half finished. Yeah, you don't need a permit.
No, you don't need a permit.
You don't need a permit when you're in the authorities, cities, and whatnot. So you make use of all.
But you don't need a permit to go into that house. You just need a permit to build.
Oh no, in the cities, you need permits.
To enter.
You need a permit to be allowed to start construction.
Yes, even us in the village.
That's approval.
That's even us in the village as well.
But no, deep in the village you are not.
They came and asked for me.
If really?
Yes.
No, you are in the city, but as you think it is a village. This is part of the parcel of the city. You know, it is just in the suburbs. Doesn't mean that you are.
That's suburbs.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Now, this is what I call suburbs. Kukoto.
Yes. Uganda has changed. I also don't know the criteria of calling Kabale a city.
So Kabale is a city?
Hey.
I know him as a city. I'm not sure. Toro is a city.
They gazetted Kabale as a city.
Okay.
Yeah, anytime they want to call it a city.
Okay, so, guys, I'm sorry we are digressing, but me and my cousin can speak.
And I'm so glad I knew you.
I'm happy as well.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
Dad was my best friend.
Dad was
my uncle.
He's an older cousin.
No, when your dad was senior 3, I was in senior 1.
Look at that.
Yeah, but of course, Dad also had he was a flamboyant guy, and what so.
He was also older.
Yeah, you think
much older.
Yeah,
much older slightly. I think because he went to school much older. My dad did. Yeah, but anyway. So wanted to find out how it is when you come back from Europe, what he did, and we see what he's done. How he integrated, he got himself a job because he came back younger. For us who are coming back a bit older, we may struggle to get jobs because of the nature of who we are and what we're going to do. But he's given me an idea. Look for a problem, find a solution, and that becomes your niche. Yeah.
But also the so-called jobs, there came a time when we were privatized and we had to be on our own once again. So it's quite okay to be on your own.
Yes.
Again, it is the same concept. What do you want to do that is within your means, that is within your skills, that you have always loved to do? And you'll find something and you'll find money out of it.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody said, when you go somewhere, don't leave without anything in terms of knowledge. I knew what he's saying, but sometimes you just need that bulb to be returned, to be switched on again, because maybe the bulb was becoming dim, so he's just switching on my bulb again. And definitely I'm going to leave here with something, definitely.
And maybe what I'm saying is summarizing in terms of career guidance. Many youngsters, and even grown-ups, you find that they are not career guided. To do that which they are interested in, that which they understand well, that, and many of them, they simply pick on any job and they say, I'll do this. Yeah. So I think that's another one. There's another one we do in the career guidance when you
to give to the children.
8M tube,
8M
skilling foundation, and the 8M we're also on YouTube. So being guided on how to choose what to do in your life is also possibly very important.
And so when you say being guided, so being guided, anybody can come, or only those in engineering?
No.
Even arts and everything?
Anybody can come, but we are better, we excel in shaping people who want to do technical-oriented careers.
Okay.
You want to be an
Electrician,
architect, you want to be a surveyor, you want to be an engineer. Now, engineering is very wide. It could lead to civil, electrical, chemical, atomic, name it. But how do you get in there? At primary, secondary, HSC, what are the things you should be aiming at, you know? And even when you're at the degree level, what are the different lines, directions that you should be thinking about? Yeah, so it becomes so wide that it's not a teacher or a parent who has the time or maybe the know-how of telling you what you are, but it's somebody holistically who knows how to guide you in how to choose a career.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have picked a thing or two. If you're thinking of coming back at our age, you can and still get something done. If you're thinking of coming back at a younger age, still you can go into the employment route. And if you're thinking of staying back wherever you are in the diaspora, that you can as well, but just plan for that. Then don't in a way waste your time putting all the resources in Africa when you're not coming back.
Just put the resources in a coffin.
And then go and enjoy your holidays. Yes? That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Yeah.